Hello and welcome to FPL Bandwagons Game Week 6. My name is Mark Jobling, the guy who once again benched Etienne Capoue. That's right, I had him from the summer, from before the start of the season, from Game Week 1. Had him every single week. The only time he was in my team, the only time he came off the bench was the week he didn't score. So Watford this week are away to Burnley, and come hell or high water, I am playing him. And he is going to play the hell out of that game. He's definitely going to blank down. So sorry about that. What else has gone on in the past week? Well, Man United have lost and lost and lost. In fact, Northampton, even that game was a win, but it really didn't feel like it because Northampton had it level at 1-1 for a while. So there's that going on. In terms of injuries, there's a sort of injury to Luke Shaw, but the main one is Harry Kane, who's going to be out for around 6 to 8 weeks. Now that won't affect too many managers, but there are still a decent number out there who have stuck with him or quite wisely brought him in over the past couple of weeks. Because Spurs eventually found their way past Super Jordan Pickford, who, although he didn't end up keeping a clean sheet against Spurs at White Hart Lane, he racked up a lot of save points, and Sunderland have two very interesting home games coming up in a row: Crystal Palace and West Brom. So all those who've got the bargain goalkeeper, it's probably the weeks to play him. Sanchez and Walcott together and Alex Iwobi decided to beat Hull 4-1 in a score that was more flattering than reality, because Hull were pretty good, pretty competitive. There was another goal for Robert Snodgrass. More on him later. What else has happened? I mean, there's Zlatan only got an assist against Watford, and even that was debatable. And for those who were trying to find, what's the opposite of an exit strategy? Like an entry strategy? Yeah. Whoever's looking for an Aguero entry strategy, looking for a way to bring him back in, it's very easy right now to just bring him in for Zlatan Ibrahimovic, because the team he's playing in is in poor form. And they got Leicester at the weekend, Stoke after that, but if it wasn't for that game, his fixtures would be hard for the foreseeable, and it really will be quite easy to upgrade. Man City, we need Aguero right now, because Man City are excelling. They're winning every match in the league, Champions League. They're just destroying teams. The latest victims were Bournemouth, who lost 4-0 at the Etihad. All those people who had John Stones missed out on a clean sheet this time because he was on the bench. But the frustrating thing is he came on off the bench, so it's not like someone else could come in for him. He picked up his one. I suppose the star of the week was Nasser Chadli. Who saw that coming? He was sort of mentioned on the grapevine as a potentially interesting player. Now he left Spurs to join West Brom. He's only 6.4 million in midfield, and he was very productive for Spurs a couple of years back. So it's not a total surprise, but the fact that he scored 2 goals and got 2 assists, a 21-point haul on his full debut against West Ham was remarkable. Almost as remarkable as West Ham's just collapse and complete inability to defend, because even though Antonio and Payet combined once again up the other end of the pitch, their defence is just conceding goals at a rate almost as much as Stoke City right now. Someone else is having a bad week is Eden Hazard, who he's had a triple drop, the first triple drop of the season, and I can't remember too many last season. It's almost like, he hasn't been suspended. He hasn't elbowed Winston Reid like Aguero did. He isn't going to be suspended for a few weeks. He just didn't score for a couple of weeks, which happens all the time, yet he's the one who gets the dreaded triple drop. So he's back down to exactly £10 million in price. So the first bandwagon of the week is clearly going to start with Manchester City and Kevin De Bruyne, or De Bruyne, or De Bruyne, or De Bruyne, whatever he is. You've got to get on this bandwagon, because yeah, he is expensive, but he's slightly cheaper than Sanchez, so that's how you justify it. And the fact is, he's the second highest point scorer in the game this season, behind Capoue, of course. He's on 39 points, he's got 2 goals, and he's got 4 assists, and he's really taken over the mantle while Aguero's been suspended. His fixtures are mixed, but if anyone's fixture proof, it will be him and Aguero. So right now, De Bruyne is on form. Of course, Sterling's on form. Man City, it's very, very easy to find attacking talents, attacking weapons in Man City's lineup. But I would definitely say De Bruyne, get on it. For how long, who knows? I don't know how long you want to double up on him and Aguero, assuming you bring in Sergio Aguero. Sticking with Guardiola's boys, it's Iheanacho, Kelechi Iheanacho. He's really good, you know. Last season, even though he's Aguero's backup, you know, every time he's relied upon, he does well, and his scoring record, minutes to goals ratio, is pretty impressive. He's already risen to 7.1 million in the past couple of weeks, and he's done great. He's got 20 points over the past fortnight, 10 and 10. And he's scoring, he's doing great, he's fantastic. Think the world of him, but Aguero's back. So naturally, you stay off that bandwagon, unless Guardiola decides to play two up front. But you know, with Sterling and De Bruyne doing very well, and Gundogan scoring last week, doing very well in midfield. They're just awesome right now. And Iheanacho, as good as he is probably going to go back onto the bench. And let's face it, because of that, there are more nailed on 7.1 million options like Defoe and Troy Deeney, who I really, really, really fear going into the next stretch of games without. Third and final bandwagon of the week is Robert Snodgrass, as I mentioned earlier. And I would definitely get on. I have got on. I've taken a 4-point hit, actually. Okay, it was part of the Aguero entry strategy, but I brought in Aguero, Firmino and Snodgrass for Benteke, Hazard and Ozil. Could go either way, but I'm quite happy with the three I brought in. I just think the three I've taken out are probably going to do okay as well. But Snodgrass himself, he's on set pieces. We're going to have to eventually stop underestimating Hull, because he is a fantastic fourth mid option. If he's your fourth mid and Capoue's your fifth mid, dude, that's really good. He's already scored 3 goals, mostly from penalties. He scored 3 goals in 5, and that's before, you might want to hear this, Hull's fantastic streak of fixtures from Gameweek 8 to 15. Okay, they're at Anfield this week, although Liverpool can't keep clean sheets, so he's not a bad option this weekend. But Gameweek 8 to 15, they have Bournemouth away, Stoke at home, Watford away, Southampton at home, Sunderland away, West Brom at home, Middlesbrough away, Palace at home. That's 8. I'm including Southampton in this because that's 8 fantastic games. And he's really cheap, and he's on set pieces, and he's on form. He's got everything right now, and I would, without doubt, definitely get on the Snodgrass bandwagon. Team of the week, well, as you can see, this week it's mostly focusing on 3 or 4 games, starting with Hugo Lloris in goal for Spurs. None of their attacking options, because Eriksen in midfield isn't quite convincing yet. Lamella is a rotation risk, and Harry Kane's injured, so let's stick with Lloris. But elsewhere, of course, Liverpool, who are at home to Hull, Firmino and Mane. I'm doubling up because I found it really hard to decide between the two of them. Stones and Aguero for Man City, Johnny Evans, West Brom, because they're quite reliable when it comes to clean sheets. The risk, I suppose, is getting 2 Sunderland players. They're at home to Crystal Palace. Whilst I'm pretty sure Defoe will score, Kone maybe won't keep a clean sheet, but he is an attacking threat from corners. As I mentioned, Deeney is a must-have, because similar to what Hull's upcoming streak of fixtures is, Watford from this week onwards have a very nice run of games, and are scoring for fun against hard teams. So yeah, Deeney is essential. And I also got Sterling, again Man City, and Dimitri Payet, because he is, even though not on as much form as Antonio, he's getting assists like he could assist with his eyes closed, basically, and he pretty much did with that Rabona. That team of the week, will they beat the 60 of last week? I don't know. Last week was a mixed bag, because there were a couple of players that didn't even play, but there were hauls for 1 or 2 players. In fact, I'll find out which players they were. Yeah, De Bruyne, 14 points. Lukaku, 12. Iheanacho, 10. Vertonghen, 7. Mahrez, 6. Not a bad team last week. Can this week's do better? We'll soon see. So thanks very much for watching this week. Please, please, please let Capoue score. Thanks very much for watching. Please leave any comments, and I'll be back next week. Good luck. Bye.